Hey everyone, welcome to the responsive website designing course, and in this course you will learn how to create this amazing website using HTML and CSS. We are going to use Bootstrap library to make this website responsive, as well as we're going to add some JavaScript to create sliders. So we are going to build this website really from the beginning. So in this course you will learn how to create this online store website using just the CSS and HTML. So this course is for anyone who want to learn how to build a complete website using HTML and CSS. Anyone who has a basic understanding of HTML and CSS can take this course. So let me show you what we are going to learn in this course. We are going to learn how to create this complete website step by step. We will learn how to use Bootstrap to create website, and we'll see how to create Bootstrap navigation, create system, and use Flexbox and much more. We're also going to see how to use Slick Slider to create responsive, finite and infinite slider. You will understand how to use font awesome icons in your website and how to make your website responsive for mobile and tablet devices, and lot more. So if you have a basic HTML and CSS knowledge and you don't know how to use it, then this course will definitely help you to utilize your HTML and CSS knowledge. Now let me take you through this website and show you what we are going to build in this course. So we will create this amazing online store website with Bootstrap library. So as you can see here, I have here a Bootstrap navigation menu on the top, which is absolutely responsive. Then we have the carousel created using Slick Slider, which is a JavaScript library we are going to use to create sliders. We will learn how to use this library to create a very simple and responsive sliders. After that, we have here a product infinite slider. In this slider, we're going to have here a product with the categories. Then we have here a feature section where we have a product in the slider, and this is the finite slider which has a limited product. Just after that, here we have a sofa section with product infinite slider. Just after this product slider, we will create advertisement section. So here we have a different banner ads. After that, we have a very beautiful grid layout. You definitely need to know about how to create it. In this grid, we have 3 columns with new arrivals, bestseller, and feature section. And just down here, we created few product lists with their title, price, and image. Once we have that, we will create a brand section. And in this brand section, we have here infinite slider. And then we have here what our client says about us and their comments. We put this comment in the slider with autoplay feature. At the last, we have here an information of service like free shipping and support and money back guarantee. And then as you can see, I have here a beautiful footer. In this footer, we're gonna add contact us, service, and extra section. Along with that, on the right side of the screen, we're gonna add few images which is responsive. At the last, we'll put the copyright symbol and finish the website. Now the best part is when you open this website in the mobile version, it's completely responsive for tablet, mobile, and all type of devices. So basically you will learn everything you need to know about creating a website. So let's get started and see how to create this online store using HTML and CSS. In the next lecture, we'll start building this website. So I will see you in the next lecture. Now let's get started and create our first online store website. So the first thing you need to first create a folder and open that folder in Visual Studio Code Editor. So I haven't opened the Visual Studio Code Editor, so I just need to create a new folder. So I'm going to just open my desktop and right click here and say new folder and specify my project name here. So I'm going to just say here store. So this is the name of my project. I'm going to just open this folder in Visual Studio Code Editor. So I'm going to just click on this open folder link. You can open this folder from the file menu as well, like this. If you want to open this folder, just click on this file menu and just say open folder. Just after that, I'm going to select my desktop and select here store folder, which is the project name, and select the store folder and say here select folder. Close this welcome window and close this window as well, and you can see here the store folder has been opened. In this folder, I'm going to create few directories. So I'm going to just click on this new folder icon and name this folder asset. In this asset, we're going to have few images which we are going to use throughout this tutorial. So I'm going to just copy these images because we are going to use all these images in this website. So I'm going to just copy it and paste it inside my store folder and inside this asset folder. So I'm going to just copy and paste that images right here. You can see you have all these images in the asset folder, right? Now, outside of this asset folder, in the store folder, I'm going to create a new directory and name it JS. In this folder, we're going to have main.js file. We will create that after a few minutes, but just for now, leave this folder as it is. Just after that, I'm going to create a new folder again and name it CSS. In this CSS folder, we're going to have style.css file. So I'm going to just create that style.css. In this file, we will create all the custom styling for this website. And just after that, outside of these folders, right here in the root directory, in this store folder, I'm going to create a new file. And this is going to be our main file. So I'm going to name it index.html. In this file, I'm going to just put the exclamation mark to create a simple HTML5 snippet. So I'm going to just put here exclamation mark and press tab. So this will create a simple HTML5 snippet which has the doc type, the heading section where we have the meta tag and the title. Then we have here a body section and this closing HTML, right? So this is the simple HTML5 snippet. Just after that, I'm going to just change this title and specify here online store. Now, just after that, once we have this HTML5 snippet, I'm going to just create here a command and specify here bootstrap CDN. I'm going to include the bootstrap CDN in this head section. So I'm going to just open a browser, and in this browser, I'm going to just type get bootstrap.com. We are going to use Bootstrap to make this website responsive, and also we can save a lot of time by using the predefined styling. So we are going to use the Bootstrap framework to build a completely responsive website, and we can also glorify the template using predefined styling. So that is why we use the Bootstrap library. Now, when you open the getbootstrap.com, just click on this get started, and we are not going to download the Bootstrap framework. Instead, I'm going to use the CDN content delivery network to use Bootstrap classes in our website, right? So I'm going to just copy this style.css file link right from here in the head section. Save the changes. Just after that, just copy these JS files and paste it before the closing body tag, right? Now, if you don't know what is Bootstrap, then don't worry, I will explain everything about Bootstrap in a few minutes. Just after that, once we have this Bootstrap CDN, we can access all the Bootstrap classes in this website. Just after that, I'm going to create here a new command and specify here font awesome CDN. So just after that, I'm going to include the font awesome CDN in this head section. Font awesome is a website where you can import different icons in your website. So using CDN, you can access different type of icons. And the best part of this website is you can access free icon anywhere in your website. So you just need to open a browser and just type here fontawesome.com. Now, as you can see here, Font Awesome recently changed their policy. That is why you need to first create your kit and then you can access the CDN. You need to first sign in with your email address and then you can create your own kit. I already have an account on Font Awesome website, right? So I'm going to just click on this kit here. In this kit section, I can create a new kit or I can use the existing one. So I'm going to use this existing kit here. If you want, you can create your new kit by clicking on this new kit button as well. But I'm going to use my existing kit. So I'm going to just click on this kit. So as you can see, you have this script tag here. So you just need to copy this script tag and paste it right here in this head section. Don't worry if you don't know how to use icons in your website because I will explain everything step by step. So you just need to follow me. Just after that, I'm going to create a new command and just specify here custom style sheet. Now in this style sheet, I'm going to link style.css file, this one. So I'm going to just create here a link tag, and in the href attribute, I'm going to just specify the current directory by specifying // then specify the CSS folder and the style.css file. Save the changes, and just after that, in the body section, I'm going to create header here. So I'm going to just say here header here. But if you don't know how to create a new tag in Visual Studio Code, let me explain. Now let's say if you want to create a division tag, then you just need to say here div and press tab. So this will create a division tag for you. Then let's say if you want to specify class with this division tag. So you don't need to specify here div and then specify a class, my class. Instead of specifying this, you just need to specify dot here and just say my class. So this will create division tag with the class my class, right? Once you have your class, let's say you want to specify ID to this division tag. You don't need to create division tag and then specify ID my ID. Instead of doing this, just specify hash here and just say my ID, right? So this will create division tag with the ID my ID. You can specify your own ID and own classes, whatever you want. That's upon you. Now, what if you want to specify a class to the button? Let's say you have a button. So I'm going to just create here a button. And to this button, I'm going to specify class btn primary. Now, as you can see, to specify this btn and btn primary class, we will create button and then specify btn and btn primary class. But instead of doing this, I'm going to show you a simple way to specify this btn and btn primary class to this button. So just get rid of this button. So you just need to specify the tag name. So I want to create here a button. So I'm going to just say here button and I want to specify class. So I'm going to just specify dot here. Now if I want to create ID, then I can specify hash here, but I want to create a class. So I'm going to just specify dot btn. Now I want to add one more class to this button. So I'm going to press dot here again and specify btn primary. And when I press tab, I'm going to have button with the class btn and btn primary. You can create any tag with any class and ID. That's upon you. So this is the very simple way to create tags in Visual Studio Code Editor. You can see me doing this throughout this tutorial, right? So I'm going to just get rid of this button. Just after that, let me first open my finished website in the browser. In this website, I'm going to first create the header section where we have this USD drop-down menu, this title, and this sign in and this create an account section. And we also have this navigation menu in the header section. Then the main section, we have the slider, this product section, this feature product section. Then we have this sofa section, this products, this advertisement, and we also have this new arrivals product, bestseller products, and the feature products. Then the brands. Then we have this section where we're going to display what our client says. Just after that, and at the last, this is the footer section of this website, right? So we are going to first create three main sections of this website. So I'm going to first create header, then I'm going to create here a main tag and the footer tag. Now in this header section, we have this drop down menu, the online store, and this navigation menu, right? So in this header, I'm going to first create a division tag. So before I create a division tag, I'm going to create a comment here and say header. Copy this comment, paste it here. Now in this header, I'm going to have a container class, which is the bootstrap class, to specify the 100% width to this division tag. So the container class will specify 100% width to this division tag, and this class is also responsive. Now in Bootstrap, we have two types of container. The first one is the simple container. This container is the most basic layout element in the Bootstrap, and we are going to use it when we are using a default grid system. And this is the fixed width container, meaning it has max width changes at each breakpoint. So if you change the viewport of your application, it will change the width of the division tag as well. And just after that, in Bootstrap, we also have container fluid class. We're going to use the container fluid class for full width container spanning the entire width of the viewport. So if you want to specify the 100% width to this division tag, you can use the container fluid class. So I'm going to use here container. Now in this division tag, I'm going to create a row. So I'm going to just say here row. So we're going to use this class to specify each element in the new row. Whatever we put in this division tag, it's going to display this element in the new row. So I'm going to create here a division tag with the class call 12. So I need to first explain what is the meaning of this call 12 class. Now the Bootstrap has 12 column grid system. Each column has equal width. So at this point, I'm going to specify 12 column width to this division tag. Now let's say I want to specify 6 column width to this division tag. So I'm going to just remove this 12 and specify 6 here. So this will specify 6 column width to this division tag. but I want to specify 12 column width to this division tag, so I'm going to just say here 12. Now let's say if I open this website in the medium size of devices, just like in the tablet. Now in the tablet, I want to specify 4 column width to this division tag. In that case, I'm going to just add one more class here. So I'm going to just say here call and specify a prefix md, and then specify how many columns I want to specify to this division tag. So I want to specify 4 column width to this division tag when this website is open in medium size of devices. So I'm going to specify here 4. So when you open this website in the medium size of devices, this will specify 4 column width to this division tag. Now just after that, let's say if you open this website in the small devices, just like in the mobile. In that case, I'm going to add one more class here. So I'm going to just say here call, specify the prefix sm, and just specify here 12. So if this website is open in the mobile, I'm going to specify 12 column width to this division tag. So in simple words, I'm going to specify 4 column width when I have medium size of devices. I'm going to specify 12 column width when I have small size of viewport, and I'm going to specify 12 column width when I have different viewport rather than the medium size and the small size, right? In this division tag, I'm going to just create a button here. Now in this division tag, I'm going to add this drop down menu. So I'm going to just create here a new division tag with the class btn group, which is a bootstrap class. And in this div, I'm going to add button, and I want to specify a class btn to this button. Just after that, I'm going to specify text to this button. So I'm going to say here USD, right? Save the changes and open this website in the browser. Now to open this website in the browser, just right click on this HTML document and just say open with live server. So this will open your website, and you can see we have this drop down USD button here. Now I want to add some bootstrap classes to this button. So I'm going to just specify here border, then specify the drop down toggle class, and we also want to specify margin to this button. So I'm going to specify here margin Y. So this will specify margin top and bottom to this button. Then I'm going to specify prefix md and specify here 4. So I'm going to specify this margin when I have medium viewport, or you can say when we open this website in the medium size of devices. Just after that, I'm going to specify margin Y2. So this will specify top and bottom margin. And just after that, I'm going to specify a few attributes. So I'm going to just say here data toggle is equal to drop down. Then I'm going to specify area has pop-up true. And in the next line right here, I'm going to say area expanded false, right? Save the changes. And just after that, just after this closing button right here, I'm going to just specify drop down menu. So I'm going to just create a division tag with the class drop down menu. Now in this drop down menu, I'm going to create an anchor tag with the class drop down item. I'm going to specify hash here, and in the text section, I'm going to specify euro, right? So this is going to be my first drop down item. I will just specify the only single item to this drop down menu. If you want, you can specify more than that, right? Save the changes, and if you open the website, you can see you have this item here. If you want, you can add more than that. Now just after that, just after this closing div, this third closing div right here, I'm going to just create here another div with the class call md4, and then specify another class which is call 12, and also going to center all the text. So I'm going to just say here text center, going to center all the text. In this division tag, I'm going to create h2 heading tag, and I want to specify a class margin y md3. I want to specify the custom style as well. So I'm going to just say here site title, and to this h2 heading tag, I'm going to specify online store text. So I'm going to specify this text right here, right? Now just after that, I'm going to create another div with call md4 class, and also want to specify column 12 as well as specify text right class. So this will specify all the text to the right side of this division tag. Now in this div, I'm going to add a paragraph, and in this paragraph I'm going to add an anchor tag with the class padding x2. So I'm going to specify left and right padding to this anchor tag, right? And in this anchor tag I'm going to specify sign in, and copy this anchor tag, paste it here, specify padding x1. I'm going to change this text to create an account, right? And I want to specify a class to this paragraph, so I'm going to just say here margin y md4, and I also want to specify the custom style to this paragraph, so I'm going to just say here header links. So using this class we are going to specify custom styling to this paragraph. Save the changes, and now as you can see we have this header. Now if I specify background light color to these columns, let's say if I specify bg light color to the first column, bg dark color to the second column, bg danger to the third column, you can see how much width we are going to specify to this division tag. So as you can see we are going to specify equal width to this division tag. Now as I said earlier, Bootstrap has 12 column width. We have 3 columns of col md4, so we are going to specify 12 column width to this container, right? I'm going to just remove it, and now I just wanted to style this header section, so I'm going to just open the style.css file which we already linked right here. So I'm going to just open it and specify some custom styling to this website. Now before we move on, I'm going to just import few fonts from the Google Font website. We are not going to use the pre-installed font from the system. Instead, I'm going to just import few font from the Google Font and use that in this website. So we can import our favorite font and use it in this website. So I'm going to just create here a command and just say import fonts from Google Fonts. Now I'm going to just open the browser and open a new tab and type here Google Fonts, and just open the fonts.google.com, and from here you can choose your favorite fonts from the list. So you just need to search for your favorite font. So I'm going to choose here this font and just choose it. So I'm going to just click on this add button to select this font, and you can see font is selected right here. Just after that I'm going to select my second font. So I'm going to say here Googie. This is my second font which we are going to use in this tutorial. Then I'm going to select my third font, my favorite font. Then I'm going to select the fourth font and the last one. You can choose your own font, whatever you want, but I want this font, and as you can see here I have this font here. So I'm going to choose these 5 fonts to build this online store, right? Now to use this font, you just need to copy this link and paste it in the header section of the HTML file, or just use this import statement. So I'm going to just use this import statement. So I'm going to just copy this and paste it right here in the style.css file, right? Now you can use these fonts in the style.css file. Now before we move on, I'm going to first create few variables and specify some values. Now let me explain what is the benefit of the variable. So let's say if I just select the h1 heading tag and specify a color, and I'm going to specify hex color to this h1 heading tag, and just after that I'm going to select paragraph, and I want to use the same color to this paragraph as well. In that case I'm going to just specify color, and I need to just repeat myself and specify the same color to this paragraph as well. And what if the color is something like this? In that case you're investing your lot of time. To solve this problem, I'm going to create a variable here. To create a variable, we are going to use root here. When you create a variable, it should be declared in the global scope, either in the root or in the body selector. So I'm going to choose root here. So I'm going to specify colon root and just create a variable. So let's see if I just create here a variable. So I'm going to first specify the name of my variable. So I'm going to just say here primary color and specify this x value to this variable. Now I can use this variable anywhere in the style.css file without worrying about this value. So if I want to specify this color to this h1 heading tag. Then I'm going to just call var. This is the function to call the variables, and in this function you just need to call the variable name, right? And if you want to specify the same color right here as well, you can just call the var function and specify the primary color here. So this will specify the same color to this paragraph and to this h1 heading tag. So I'm going to just quickly create few variables here. So as you can see, we just have created few variables. In this variable we have light gray color, the primary color, border, and the text color. We're also going to have font family in these variables. We're also going to have font family in these variables. Just after that, I'm going to create global classes which we are going to use in the index.html file. So I'm going to just create here a class primary color and specify color, call the var function, and just call here primary color. So this is the global class. So if we call this class in the index.html file like this, if I just call this class and specify this class to this online store text like this, if I just say here primary color, then this color is applied to this text, right? And in the style.css file, I'm going to add a few more classes as well. So I'm going to just create here one more class, bg primary color, and specify background color, call the var function, and just call primary color, and just call the important keyword. So this will override the predefined CSS style. Just after that, I'm going to create text color, specify the color property, and just specify a value, call var function, and just say here text color. Then I'm going to create here font roboto, and then specify font family, call the var function, and just say here roboto. Just after that, I'm going to create light blue class, and then specify a color light blue. Save the changes. Now this class is not going to do anything because we did not specify these classes to the HTML tag, but we are going to specify that throughout this tutorial. But just for now, let me just toggle this website on the right side of the screen like this, and I'm going to just inspect this website. And now I just want to separate this window and minimize it, so you can see this website right here. Now I'm going to specify a few classes. So I'm going to just specify here a comment and just specify header. I'm going to first select the header, and I'm going to specify the background color, call the var function, and just specify primary color to this body of this header. When I save it, we have this primary color to this header. Then I'm going to specify font family, call the var function, and just specify roboto here. Just after that, I'm going to select header tag and select the site title class, this one. And I want to specify font family, so I'm going to say here font family, call the var function, and just call the Google font family here. When I save it, this font is applied to this title. Just after that, I'm going to select the container, then select the drop down toggle, and just after that I also want to select drop down item. So I'm going to select that and just specify font size 0.7 em. You can see me writing em, percentage, and rem unit to make this website responsive, right? This will specify font size to this drop down menu. Just after that, I'm going to select the header links. So I'm going to say the header links. I'm going to select these links, select the anchor tag, and specify font size 0.9 em and text decoration property none. I don't want this border when I hover on these anchor tags, so that is why I specify this text decoration property. Just after that, I'm going to specify color white. Save the changes. As you can see, we just specify white color to these anchor tags. I also want to specify this white color to this online store and this drop down menu as well. So instead of specifying this color in the style.css file, I'm going to just open the index.html file, and in this file I'm going to just specify text white to this online store and this drop down menu right here. Save the changes, and as you can see, we just specify the white color to this online store and to this drop down menu. Now if you open your website, you can see this type of result. the header is completed. Now once we have this header, I will just move on and create this navigation menu. Now to create this navigation menu, I'm going to just open the HTML file, and in this file, just after this closing container div, I'm going to create here a new container and specify a name container fluid. So this will specify 100% width to this division tag. Now in this container fluid class, I'm going to add navigation menu. Now instead of writing code here, I'm going to just open the Bootstrap website, and from this website, I'm going to just click on this component, and from this component, I can get the navigation menu. So if I just select this navbar, this one, and now from this section, you can copy and paste your navigation menu code in your HTML file. So I'm going to choose this navigation menu. So I'm going to just copy it and paste it inside this container fluid class right here. Save the changes, and just after that, if I open the website, you can see I have this navbar with the home, feature, pricing, and this disable item. Now I want to remove this padding, so I'm going to just specify padding 0 to this container fluid class. I'm going to just say padding 0. Save the changes. This will remove this padding from here and change this text. So I'm going to first remove this navbar brand and change this home to the capital home. Feature is going to be features. Then I'm going to say here collection. I'm going to just get rid of this disable navigation item. Copy this link tag, paste it here, change this collection to shop, paste the li tag again, and then specify about us. Save the changes. When you open it, you can see you have this home, features, collection, shop, and about us navigation item. Now just after that, I want to specify bg white color to this navigation. Now just after that, just after this closing div right here, I'm gonna add this search and this bucket icon. So I'm going to just create here a new division tag with the class navbar nav, and in this class I'm going to have a li tag with the class nav item. I'm also going to specify border, rounded circle class, and also specify margin x 2, and specify the custom class, which is search icon. And in this li tag, I'm going to import icon. To import icon, you just need to open the Font Awesome website. Just open the icon section. Now as you can see here, you have premium and free icons. From these icons, I want to get search icons. So I'm going to just say here search, and I want to select this icon. So I'm going to just open this in the new tab. And if you want to use this icon in your project, you just need to copy this HTML tag. So you just need to copy this I tag with the class fast fa search. So I'm going to just click on this HTML tag to copy this tag and paste it inside this li tag right here. Save the changes. You can see I have this search icon here. Now just after that, I want to specify some padding. So I'm going to just specify here padding 2. And now I want to specify rounded border to this search icon. So I'm going to just say here rounded border, and I need to specify the spelling circle. Save the changes. When I open it, you can see we have this rounded border. Now just after that, I'm going to just copy this li tag and paste it right here, and just specify here a different icon. So I'm going to just say here shopping basket. Save the changes, and when I open the website, you can see I have this basket icon here. And now to select this icon, I'm going to just change this custom class and just say here basket. Save the changes. Now what I want to specify some custom styling to this navigation menu. So I'm going to just open the style.css file. In the style.css file, I'm going to just add a comment, and in this comment I'm going to say navigation menu, and I'm going to just select the first class, which is navbar nav class, and to this class I'm going to specify padding 0.8 em and 0 em. Save the changes, and you can see we just specify some padding to this navigation menu. Then I'm going to select the navbar nav class again, and then select nav link. And to this nav link, I want to specify font size 0.9 em. I'm going to change this navigation link font size and also specify color and call the var function and just say here light gray color and just call the important keyword. Save the changes. This will specify this light color to these nav links. Just after that, I'm going to select navbar nav item and select nav link. And using this class, we're going to select these icons and specify padding 0 em and 1.3 em. Save the changes. So as you can see, we just specify some padding to these nav links. Just after that, I'm going to select navbar nav and select basket icon, this one. And to this icon, I'm going to say margin right 6.5 rem. Save the changes. And as you can see, this margin right property is not applied to this basket icon because we already specify margin X to this icon. To override the bootstrap property, I'm going to just specify important keyword here. When I save it, this property is applied to this basket. Now the header section is completed. Let's move on to the main section of this website. So I'm going to just minimize this header section. And now I'm going to create a comment here. Copy this comment, paste it here, and just close it to indicate this is a closing main section. Now, once we have this header, I'm going to just move on to the main section of this website. So in the main section, I'm going to first add my first slider. So I'm going to first create a comment here and just specify first slider comment here. And I'm going to close that as well to indicate this is a closing first slider. And just after that, in this first slider, I'm going to create a division tag with the class container fluid. And in this division tag, I'm going to create a new container with the class site slider, which is a custom CSS class. And in this div, I'm going to create a container of slider. So I'm going to just put here slider 1. You can name this division tag anything, but I'm going to choose slider 1. Now to create slider, I'm not going to use JavaScript or jQuery. Instead, I'm going to use Slick library to create sliders. So I'm going to just open the browser, and in the browser, I'm going to type Slick. So as you can see from the first website, I can get Slick library. The Slick library is the last carousel you'll ever need. Slick is a very beautiful library created for the beginners to understand how to create a simple and beautiful carousels. So I'm going to use that in my website to create a simple and beautiful carousels. So to create my first carousel, I just need to understand how the Slick library works. So I'm going to just click on this demo word. So as you can see here, you just need to create a design, and then in the JavaScript, you need to put this statement. So this statement will automatically create the slider for you, and you can navigate to the different slides. Using this library, you can create different kind of sliders. So you can see here, we can create multiple sliders in our website, but I'm going to choose the simple one. To understand how this slider work, just click on this usage. You just need to create a new container. So this is your class, and you need to put different slides in this container. So as you can see, I have this slider 1 container here, and in this container, I'm going to put different slides right here. So to get this library, I'm going to just click on this get it now. And from this page, you can download this library or you can use this CDN. So I'm going to just copy this CDN, paste it in the head section of my website right here. Just after this font awesome icons, I'm going to create a comment here and just say Slick slider and just paste that link here. As well as I'm going to copy this script tag as well and paste that before the closing body tag right here. Save the changes. Just after that, I'm going to create a new file called main.js. So I'm going to open the Explorer tab. So in the JS folder right here, I'm going to create a new file and name that file main.js. And just after that, I need to link this file to my index.html. So I'm going to just create a script tag here and in the source attribute I'm going to just say here JS and just specify main.js file here. Save the changes, and now you can work with this JavaScript file. Just after that, I'm going to just finish this design. So this is my first container, and in this container I need to put different sliding items. So as you can see, this is the carousel container, and we need to create a simple carousel items. I'm going to just create a new division tag here. So this is my first carousel item, and in this carousel I'm going to add image tag, and in the source attribute I'm going to specify my first image. So I'm going to just specify dot forward slash here to refers to the root directory, then specify the asset folder, and I'm going to specify my first image, which is item 1 .jpg, and I'm going to just specify alt attribute, which is going to be banner 1. Then I'm going to copy this div, paste it right here, change this image to item 2 jpg, change this banner alt attribute to banner 2, copy and paste that link again, change this item to item 3, banner is became banner 3, and just save the changes. Now if you open your website, you can see you have 3 images here. This images is not actually responsive at this time, and also don't have width 100%. To specify that and make them responsive, I'm going to just add here a class and specify a bootstrap class img fluid. So this is going to specify responsiveness to these images. Copy this class and specify to all my images. Save the changes. We have the responsive images here. Now just after that, I want to remove this padding from the left and from the right. So I'm going to just specify here to this container fluid class padding 0. This will remove this padding, and you can see this type of result. Now just after that, to make the carousel, you just need to open the main.js file, and in this file I'm going to first create a comment and just say here first slider. Now to create a slider, you just need to first select your container. So in index.html file, this is my container of these carousel items. So I'm going to select this container. So I'm going to just copy this class, and in main.js file I'm going to call the jQuery object, and then in the single quote or in the double quote I'm going to specify dot here and select that class here. So I'm going to just specify that class name here, and then I'm going to just call select function here. Now if you call this function, this will wrap all these carousel items in a one row, and you can see your carousel is ready. So you just need to add this one line of code. Save the changes. When you open your website, you can see you have your carousel. You can change your slide by pressing this next button, and if you click on this previous button, you can navigate to the previous slide. Now just after that, I want to add more functionality to this carousel like this. I want to make this previous and next button like this, and I also want to specify these dots here, right? So to make that, I'm going to just open the main.js file, and in this parenthesis I'm going to specify an object, and I'm going to pass few arguments here. So I'm going to just specify my first argument, which is autoplay. So I'm going to just say here autoplay. So this will automatically start this slider. I'm going to just say here autoplay true. Then the next parameter I'm going to specify is autoplay speed. So this will specify the speed of the sliding. Just after that, I'm going to specify dots. So I'm going to say here dots true. Save the changes. You can see these dots here. When you click on this second, you can navigate to the second slide. When you click on this third dot, you can navigate to the third slide. To first initialize your slider, so I'm going to specify a new function to this selector, and I'm going to say here not, and in this function I'm going to initialize this slider. So I'm going to just say here select initialized. So if this property is not there, I'm going to initialize that slider and create a new object. So using this function, we are going to initialize this slider. Save the changes, and when you open your website, you can see the slider is working, right? This automatically slide after 3 seconds. So we just specify 3 seconds right here. Autoplay speed 3 seconds. If you wanted to change this second, you can change it as well. Just after that, I just wanted to create next and previous button. So as you can see here, we have this default next and previous button, but I don't want this button. I want to create my own custom button right here. So I'm going to just open my index.html file. Just after this closing container right here, I'm going to create a new division tag and name it slider btn to create buttons. You can specify any name to this container. Just after that, in this container, I'm going to call a span tag and specify a class, and to the span tag I'm going to call few custom classes. So I'm going to first create previous and also specify position top. So this is a custom classes which we are going to create after a few seconds. Just after that, in this span tag I'm going to call I tag to import icons and then specify a class import different icons. Now I just wanted to add an icon, so I'm going to just say here FA and specify the icon name. You can get this icon name from the Font Awesome website as well, but I know the name, so I'm going to just specify that name here. And just after that, copy this span tag, paste it right here, and I just want to add one more custom class here, which is right 0, and change this icon, and I'm going to just change this icon to right. Save the changes, and when you open your file, you can see you have these icons right here. Now I just want to specify some style to these dots and to this icon, and I don't want this next and previous button. So I'm going to just remove this next and previous button. So I'm going to just open the main.js file, and right here I'm going to just specify argument and just say here previous arrow. So this will specify my custom arrow instead of specifying this default arrow here. So I'm going to just specify this previous arrow right here to this argument. So in the double quote, I'm going to just say site slider, then select this slider button class, this one, and then select this span tag with this previous class. So I'm going to just say here previous, right? Specify comma here, copy the statement, paste it here, and I want to change this previous to next, and just change this class as well. So I'm going to just say here next. So as you can see, I just need to change this class as well. So I'm going to just change that next. Save the changes and save this file as well. So if you open your website, you can see you don't have this default next and previous button, and you can navigate your slider by using these icons like this, right? Now I want to specify some style to these dots and navigation icon. So I'm going to just open my style.css file, and in this style.css file I'm going to first create a comment and just say here slider 1. Now as you can see, I just open the style.css file and toggle this window on the right side. In the style.css file, I'm going to first select this position property, this one. So I'm going to just add here dot position top, and I want to specify position absolute to these icons, right? And just after that, specify top property 50%. Now as you can see, you have this icon right here. Now just after that, I also want to specify relative property to this container. So I'm going to just select the container. So I'm going to just say here site slider and just specify position relative. Save the changes. So this will put this icon here at the middle of the slider. Just after that, I'm going to just specify some styling to these icons. So I'm going to just select that. So I'm going to just say here site slider, then select the slider button, and then select the previous icon, as well as I want to select the next icon as well. So I'm going to copy that class and select the next icon as well. And I want to first specify the background color. So I'm going to just specify the background color, and in the var function I'm going to just specify the primary color here. Just after that, I'm going to just specify padding 1 rem and 1.5 rem. Save the changes, and just after that, now as you can see, you just have the right icon here. I need to put this icon on the right side of the screen. To put this icon on the right side, I'm going to just create a class here, right 0, which we already specified to this right icon right here, right? We already specified this class to this next icon. So I'm going to just create that and just specify a property, right 0. When I save it, you can see we have two icons here. We have this previous and this next icon. Now I just want to style this and just specify border radius 10 rem, then specify color, which is going to be white, and then specify margin 0 and 1 rem. Save the changes. Now what I want, when I hover on this slider, I want to display this previous and this next button. Otherwise, I want to hide this button. So to do that, I'm going to just specify here opacity property 0, and just after that, when I hover on this container, I want to display this previous and this next button. So I'm going to just select side slider, and when I hover on it, I want to select slider BTN previous button, as well as I'm going to copy this class, paste it here, and when I hover on this container, I also want to select this next button as well, and I'm going to specify opacity 1, right? I want to specify transition property, so I'm going to just say here transition on the opacity property 1 second is. Save the changes. Now to see the result, when you move your cursor inside this container, inside the slider container, you can see we have this next and this previous button here. And when you move your cursor outside this container, this navigation and the next button gone, right? When I hover it, you can see these buttons and you can navigate to different slide using this button as well. So when you click on this button, you're going to get your next slide. And if you click on this previous button, you're going to get your previous slide. As simple as that, right? We just change this top property to, now if I just say here 45, that's perfect. Now just after that, I want to style these dots. So before we style it, we need to first understand which class you need to select to style these dots. So you just need to right click on your website and just say inspect. You just need to right click on your website and select inspect. And when you click on it, you can see this type of result. Now just after that, select this arrow right from here and just hover on these dots. So now when you hover on it, you can see the classes of these dots. So you can select this dot using this select dot class. So using this select dot class, we're going to select this element and change the appearance. So I'm going to just say here a comment, and in this comment I'm going to just say here silk dots, and in this comment I'm going to first select silk dots, and just after that specify display property flex, as well as specify justify content property center. Save the changes, and just after that you can see we have these icons here. Now I just need to change this appearance. I'm going to remove the margin, so I'm going to just say here margin 0, then specify padding. I'm going to specify 1 rem padding and specify 0 padding to these dots. Now just after that, I just want to remove this list style type, so I'm going to just say here list style type and just say here none. Then I will just say here position absolute, bottom 0, and specify right 50%. Save the changes, and you can see you have this 1, 2, 3 here. If you want, you can add more than 3 slides as well, but I'm going to choose only 3 here. Just after that, I'm going to just select these li tags. So I'm going to just say here dot select dots li and specify margin 0 and 0.6 rem, right? So this will add some margin to these li tags. Just after that, right here I'm going to select these buttons. So I'm going to just say here select dots button, and I want to specify some style to it. So I'm going to first specify display property block, then I'm going to specify width 0.5 rem and going to specify height, which is 0.5 rem. Also specify padding and remove all the padding from these buttons, and I want to specify border to it, so I'm going to just say here border none, and just specify background color white, and I want to specify text indent property minus 9999 pixel. Save the changes. You can see you have these dots here. I want to specify some radius to these dots, so I'm going to just specify border radius 100%. Save the changes. I want to specify scale property to the active button here, so I'm going to just create a new class. So I'm going to just select this button, so I'm going to just say here slide dots, select the active class, so I'm going to just say here silk active and select this button. I want to specify scale property to the active button, so I'm going to just say here transform scale, and I want to specify 2.5. Just after that, I'm going to specify box shadow property and just specify some shadow to the active button. So I'm going to just here 0 pixel, 3 pixel, 5 pixel, 1 pixel, and specify RGB A color here. So I'm going to just say here 0, 0, 0, and specify 0.205. Save the changes. Oops, I need to select the li tag as well, so I'm going to just say here li. So I'm going to first select the silk dots, then I'm going to select the li tag, and then select this active button, right? Now when you open your website, you can see you have your active buttons here, right? Now let's move on and just create the next section. So I'm going to just create this product carousel. We are going to create this infinite product carousel. So to create that, just open your index.html file, and in this file just minimize this first slider. So I'm going to just minimize this, and in this main tag I'm going to create a comment second slider. I'm going to close this comment as well to indicate this is a closing second slider, and just after that in this comment I'm going to create this second slider, right? Now to create this infinite product slider, I'm going to create a class here, container fluid, and in this container fluid class I'm going to first wrap the slider in the container. So I'm going to just say here site slider 2, and also want to specify padding x md 4. So I just wanted to specify left and right padding to this division tag. Now to create this product, I'm going to just create a new row and put each product in the different columns. So I'm going to just create here a column, call md2, and put my product inside this division tag. Now to select this product, I'm going to create a class here, product, which is a custom class. I also want to specify padding top, so I'm going to just say here padding top md5, as well as I want to specify padding top 4 to it. We already explained why we use md extension to the padding. Now just after that, in this division tag I'm going to first create image tag, and in the source attribute I'm going to select the asset folder and just specify my image here 9cat1. I'm going to just specify alt attribute, which is product1. Just after that, just after this image, I'm going to create here a span tag to specify this title. So I'm going to just add here a span tag and specify a class border. I'm going to create a custom class site btn and btn span. Just after that, I'm going to specify text here in the capital letters, sofa and chairs. Save the changes. When you open your website, you can see you have your chairs here with the title. Now I just wanted to specify some custom styling to this division tag. So I'm going to just specify here slider 2, as well as I want to center all the text. I'm going to just say here text center. Now just after that, I just wanted to create 6 more column_d2 classes here. So I'm going to just copy this column_d2 class and just paste it here. So this will create the second column of column_d2 class. I'm going to change this image. I'm going to change this image to change this alt attribute and change this text as well. So I'm going to just say here furniture and decors. Just after that, paste that division tag again, change this image to 3, change this product alt attribute to 3, and just change this text, and I'm going to just say here lamp and lighting. Copy and paste this division tag again and change this text. So I'm going to say here sound and life. I'm going to change this alt attribute to 4 and change this image to 4. Copy and paste that division tag again right here, change this product to 5, change this image and change this text as well. So I'm going to say here appliances. Now to add one more product, I'm going to just copy this division tag and paste it here because I want 6 products in the row. If you want, you can add new product as well. Save the changes, but at this time you need to specify some style to it, and also you need to initialize this container as slider. But before I do that, I'm going to just open my first slider and just copy these simple slider buttons right from here and paste that just after this division tag. So I can use that button to this product as well. But at this time you can see we have this button right here. So I'm going to specify some styling to it and put that button right here. I want to increase the size of this button. So I'm going to just say here FA 2x. So I'm going to increase the size of these buttons and also want to specify text secondary class, which is Bootstrap predefined class. So I'm going to just open my style.css file. Now let's style this product section. So I'm going to just create a comment here and just specify a comment second slider. And in the second slider, I'm going to first select the site slider 2 class. And I'm going to specify position relative property to this class to put this icon right here. So I'm going to just say here position relative. So you can see we have these icons down here. So when you specify relative property, you can see this previous and next icon here because we specify absolute property to these icons. Just after that, I'm going to specify height 30%. Just after that, I'm going to select my custom product class. So I'm going to just first select the slider 2 class, then select my products class, and then specify height 25 rem, then specify position relative, and specify overflow property hidden. Just after that, I'm going to select all the images. So I'm going to say slider 2 products and select all the images, and I will specify width 90% and margin auto. So you can see this type of result. Now just after that, I'm going to select site btn span tag, and I will specify padding 0.8 rem and 1.9 rem. Just after that, I'm going to add border radius 4 rem, and border is going to be 1 pixel and call the variable border. Just after that, I'm going to specify background color white, and last property is going to be the color and call the variable light gray. Save the changes. So as you can see, we just specify the style to this text. Now just after that, I'm going to select slider 2, then select the slick track, and then select products. And when we hold on the products, I'm going to specify background color to the span tag, call the variable primary color, right? So when we hold on this text, I want to specify this primary color to this text, right? Now the last thing we need to specify is we just need to initialize these products as a slider, or you can say as a carousel. So I'm going to just open my main.js file and just copy this code from here, paste it right here, and just change this comment to second slider, and just change this container to slider 2. Then I will just change these properties. So I'm going to just get rid of these 3 properties, and just after that just change this selector as well. So I'm going to just say here site slider 2, right? I'm going to do the same for the next button as well. Save the changes, and you can see we have the product here. Now at this point you're not going to see your rest of the products. I'm going to just add an argument slide to show. Now this property indicate how many slides you want to show on the home page. Now just after that I want to specify how many slides I want to scroll when I click on this next and the previous button. So I'm going to just say here slides to scroll. I want to scroll 1 slide at a time. So I'm going to just say here 1. Save the changes, and when you open it you have this type of result. And just after that I'm going to just specify here autoplay speed 3000. Save the changes, and when you open it you can see this type of result. But at this time something is went wrong, so I'm going to just open this style.css file, and here yes I need to remove this s from this product because we specify product here, right? Save the file, and I also want to remove this s from this products as well. So when you hover on the text you can see this type of result, and when you click on this next button this is going to slide this product on the right side. This is going to slide this slider. Something is went wrong, yes, right here. I need to specify dash here. Save the changes, and when you click on this next button this is going to slide your product, and when you press previous button this will scroll your product on the left side. Now that's it, your product section is now completed. Now in the next section we are going to create these feature products. So this is the first section of this course. There is a lot more to learn. If you wanted to learn more, I have a complete course link in the description. You can check out that course and enroll with a big discount. If you are my subscriber and want to enroll in this course, I will give you almost 70% discount. So check the link in the description to get 70% discount. You are going to learn many things in this course, so you're not going to lose anything. So I will see you in the course.